When I swam my first marathon swim, there was just something incredible, almost spiritual about swimming in the open water. Hi, my name is Chloë McCardel and I've just broken the world record for greatest crossings of the English Channel on my 44th English Channel crossing. This is Women Beyond Borders for Euronews Travel. The rules of English Channel swimming are very strict. I try and keep them the same as the first people that swam the English Channel. So we're not allowed to wear a wetsuit, we're not allowed to wear flippers or snorkel or anything that would help us or aid us. It's just our bathers or swimsuit, whatever you call that. There's no warmth or protection and it doesn't cover our arms and our legs. And then goggles and a swim cap, and you can wear something to try and keep the cold out of your ears, like earplugs. But that's it, nothing else. When I swim the channel, I always put on what we call channel grease. So that's a combination of pure 100% lanolin and also Vaseline. And that prevents chafing. So I put it under my arms and behind my neck and in my groin area, because there's a lot of rotations when you swim the English Channel. It takes me 36,000 arm strokes to finish one English Channel crossing. And I may do a double or I may do a triple non-stop. I accidentally got into swimming. When I was 11 years of age, all my friends knew how to swim. And when I realized that I didn't and they did, I was really embarrassed. So that very day I went home and I asked my mum for swim lessons. In Australia, to start swimming lessons at 11 years of age is very old. So I was an old kid and learned to swim, and I was surrounded by 4 and 5-year-olds, but I was super determined. I really focused on my strokes, did very well, sped through learn to swim, got into competitive swimming within 12 months. I just loved competitive swimming. Did pretty well at junior national level, but was not good enough for the Olympics. Disappointingly, I pulled out of competitive swimming at 16. But then when I was 19, I was like, I think I can be the best in the world at a sport. Like, that competitive drive never disappeared. It never dimmed from me. I tried a few things. But when I swam my first marathon swim, there was just something incredible, almost spiritual about swimming in the open water. There's no lanes. There's no time clock that you're constantly staring at, and you're out there with the sea creatures, with the wild environment, in the salty water. There's a sense of freedom that I've never found anywhere else, inside in the pools or anywhere on land. So I started off wanting to really push myself and potentially be the best in the world, and then I realized that I could potentially be the best in history. So many people ask me, when did you decide to go after this world record? Like 44 English Channel crossings, you don't just really wake up one day surely and go, hey, why don't I swim the English Channel 44 times? That's a great idea. So it was never my original goal when I got into English Channel swimming. I just wanted to be the best in the world, which I figured was swimming the longest marathon swims in history. So I wanted to start out by doing my first English Channel crossing as a double crossing. So that's England, France, back to England straight away. And then within a few years of that, I was hoping to do a triple non-stop crossing, England, France, England, France. So my first attempt at double crossing failed. That was back in 2009. I did do a single, so I still collected 1. The next year I did the double crossing. And then I was attempting a triple crossing. Failed on the first 2 attempts, but I achieved it on my 3rd attempt, finally in 2015. And then I was at 13 crossings, and I was like, wow, I'll just go after the Australian record, which is currently at 19 crossings. So I'll just do 7 crossings the next year in 2016. I did the 7 crossings. Then I put in a bonus extra crossing to get the most crossings in one season in history. Then I was at 21. And then I thought, Jesus, if I can do 21 crossings of the English Channel, I reckon I'm halfway to the world record of 44. So the idea came to me really in 2016.
28. We can see it, I hope.
The English Channel has an incredible history of drawing the best men and the best women across history to her shores. So there's a title called the King of the English Channel, and there's another title called the Queen of the English Channel. And they're given respectively to the man and the woman with the most channel crossings that they have in their career. So the King of the Channel currently is Kevin Murphy. He's a British man. He's swum the English Channel 34 times. In 2020, when I came to England, I had to swim only 4 channel crossings to surpass him and reach my 35th career total English Channel crossing. And then this year, I have just broken the world record with my 44th English Channel crossings. And I also now have the title of Queen of the English Channel. So it's 34 kilometers in distance, but it's not the length of the channel that really is why it attracts people and why it's so difficult. There's really strong tides that rip up to 11 kilometers an hour. The water's cold, there's up to 2-meter waves. So it's really such a difficult swim. And that's one of the main reasons I keep coming back, because it is the place in the world to test yourself if you're an ultra marathon swimmer. So most of the year I live in Australia, and so most of my preparation is done over there. I swim with national level pool swimmers, refining my technique, working on my core strength, working on my cardiovascular fitness, so important. And then in the last couple of months, I then put also a very strong focus on swimming in the cold water outdoors to get my body acclimatized to swimming in cold water. And I have to do that every year, even though I've been doing it for so many years. When I swam the longest marathon swim in the ocean in history, that was between 2 points in the Bahamas in 2014. That was 124 kilometers nonstop. At the end, I'd been burned from the sun for being out for 2 full days because there's no way I could protect myself from the sun for that long. I've been stung by jellyfish, I had extreme exhaustion and just so much pain. So at the end, I could hardly stand and I just collapsed, and it was just relief. The overall emotion was relief. I could stop trying to be the best in the world because I just completed it in that swim. Some people say to me, Chloe, you're amazing, you're so resilient. I'm nothing like you, I could never be like you. And I try and reassure them that they have the same potential to be just as resilient as me. They just may not have found that yet. So as a young person, I went through a lot of challenges, and each time I made my way through that challenge, I became a little bit stronger and a little bit more resilient, and that gave me a little bit more confidence. I actually molded that into proof that I could get through tough things. If there's one thing I'd like people to take away from my marathon swimming journey, it's to keep fighting and chasing your goals no matter what. After my 44th crossing, I'm officially retiring from English Channel swimming. Although people have been speculating that maybe I'll just bump it up to 50. But no, that's not happening. I'm going to take the quiet life. Unless Alison Streeter comes out of retirement. She swam the English Channel 43 times. If she comes out of retirement and starts swimming again, then you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be back swimming the channel to grab that title back.